the job done and not about a grade. So I'm about to see who's obsessed. And this word is really important for you right now, because in order for you to get past the SAT, you're going to have to be obsessed with reading. Because that's what last night was about. So if you didn't do it, or you half did it, it just shows that you're not really obsessed with this. And that lack of obsession, that lackluster attitude, is probably going to cause you some pain and some headache when it comes to getting past the SAT. Because it's going to take some obsession. It's going to take you being obsessed. I mean, you know. So, but obsession is not a bad thing. I mean, really nobody who accomplishes anything in America, high school is about academics and sports. It's completely integrated. Like in my high school, when you look at it, Google Earth, it covers a really big area. But most of the area is taken up with the football field, the baseball field, the soccer field, the tennis courts. When you look down at it, the track, and then of course in the middle is the school. And I thought that quite interesting, that the sport surrounds the school. The school is like in the middle, and the sports surrounding it. Most of the teachers were coaches. They coached something, because there were so many teams. You had football, basketball, baseball, you had volleyball, you had all these teams. So most of the teachers were coaches, and even people would come in from outside to coach. That would be like something they would do. Volunteer, of course. They understood that there's a connection with sports and academics, because to be a part of a team that's successful, there has to be a certain amount of self-discipline, focus, determination, effort, and obsession. Those are the same things you need in order to be successful academically. So it makes sense that those things are married into each other and connected. This is why when you're watching a motivational video, most of them focus on sports, because there is no detachment in the American high school from the two. There's no detachment from the two. It's like they both carry almost the same weight, because they require the same things. So that's what makes a teacher a good teacher, a coach, or vice versa, because they motivate you in the classroom and they motivate you outside the classroom. And, you see your football coach. I mean, the defensive coach, he's the math teacher or something, but he does the same thing. I remember my favorite teacher in 11th grade. It wasn't the English teacher. Trust me, it wasn't the English teacher, and it wasn't the math teacher, although I wish it was, but it is what it is. It was actually the social studies teacher. It was the social studies teacher. He was a new teacher. He came, I forget what, it was his first year teaching. He came from university, and in the university he played football, and you could tell, because he was a linebacker, and you could tell, because he was really big. But his attitude towards teaching was the same attitude that he had, because he also taught the defense. He was also the defensive coach for the football team that year, and he had that same attitude towards motivating students to work. And something clicked in me, and unfortunately, and I didn't know this, I probably wouldn't have performed as good as well in his class as I did, because the next quarter I got put in the advanced class. I got taken out of his class. It's like, is that the reward I get? So I was, it was like, okay, so do I do bad so I can go back to his class? I mean, but the point being is that, and the next teacher was boring. Point being is that he understood that connection between sports and academics. He understood that the same obsession that sports players have, because they have an obsession. Obviously, you're going to win a tournament, you're going to win a competition, you have to be obsessed, and that's the only way you can win it, because the other person is going to be obsessed too. So he understood that. Last night was about obsession, if you did what you were supposed to do. But to go beyond that, getting past the SAT, is going to be about obsession. And I really don't see that kind of obsession with you in English. And I'm hoping that, I don't know, maybe the assignment last night wasn't big enough, but I'm trying to think of some assignments I can do that can trigger that obsession. Assignments that takes more than you doing it for the grade. Assignments that will take you being obsessed. I saw a little obsession in some of you last year. I don't know where it went, but I saw it. You know what I'm saying? I saw it, but it disappeared somewhere. Don't know where. Okay, so I'm going to come around and check your notebook.